Kasi ang ano po dito, ang 26-day moving average is 102.80. Yan. So we sell at that level, kaya po dito 102.80 ang nakalagay. So ang target profit po natin ay 102.30. Saan po galing itong 102.30? Yan ay galing sa ATR ng Japanese yen. If you try to notice, ang average true range ng Japanese yen pair on a daily basis is, kung titingnan nyo po, ang ATR niya for the past how many days? Yung pinaka-lowest na entry, yung pinaka-bottom na entry sa window natin, kung papansin ninyo, I will just lock it, ano? How do you lock that? Ayan. Basta pansinin nyo na lang, yung ATR sa pinakailalim, it's 45.9, it's 45, 44.5, 47.2. So yan po yung average na ginagalaw niya on a daily basis. So ngayon, kung ang magiging high niya ay yung resistance natin sa hourly, ang resistance natin sa hourly ay ito, di ba? So kung yan ang magiging high niya ngayon, ang high, so the registered high so far is 102.82. So minus 50, that would be 102.30. So yun po, doon po galing yung reading natin na 102.30 po. And yung cut loss naman natin na 103 flat, galing din sa ATR yan. Yung ATR niya na kung ititingnan mo ang hourly mo, your hourly has an ATR of 10. Ayan, 10.3, 10.4. So, kung 10 po ang ATR niya, since hourly po tayo nagte-trade, we factor it by 2. Kasi 2 ang ano, di ba? 2 ang ginagamit na factor sa pagka-hourly nagte-trade. So, you multiply it by 2. 10 times 2 is 20. So, ang magiging cut loss mo ay 20 pips away from this area of value. Your area of value is 102.80. So, plus 20 is 103. Ganyan, dyan po na, ano yan, ganyan po nakuha yung mga figures na ito. So, kung wala na pong katanungan dyan, we can now move on sa ating Euro-USD. Ang Euro-USD naman po ay paakyat pa rin. Yan, kung papansinin ninyo, yung highs niya ay naging flat na, no? Nag-flatten out yung high niya, pero yung low niya paakyat pa rin ng paakyat. This is indicative of buyers willing to buy at higher prices. So kung ang sabi nga natin, if you see a price pattern that has a flat side or kung saan man yung ano niya, kasi kung papansinin niyo ito, this is a complex head and shoulder formation, inverse head and shoulder formation. Ano po? This is the shoulder, this is the head, this is the shoulder, na medyo ano siya kasi maraming wave. So it is rather complex inverse head and shoulder formation. So ano po ang sinasabi ng ano po natin sa inverse na head and shoulder formation or sa head and shoulder formation? Pag ang breakout po yan usually is on the neckline. So pagka nag-break sa neckline, ito po yung neckline, just connect the two lows of the head together, you will, and then you extend it, you will have your neckline. Ito yung neckline mo. So pagka dyan po nag-break, kung gaano kataas yung kanyang ulo, yung kanyang head, maglalagay ka lang yan, dadangkalin mo lang yan, and then actually you can compute for this. Pero since mas mabilisan ang gusto nating pag-approximate, so ang pwede niyang puntahan ay 1.2424. Yan po, 1.2422 or 1.2420. Yan. So ang buying mo, it can be you have two choices in your buying. You can buy at this price level itong moving averages mo because usually pagka nagko-consolidate ang presyo, it's the 26-day moving average that carries the price to the breakout. So it is usually this 26-day moving average that carries it to the breakout. Pero for the purposes of playing it safe, ika nga, you may opt to put your buying price here kasi kung papansinin nyo, dito naman siya for the past few hours, dito siya nagpe-pay respect no sa 50-day moving average. Nilalagpasan ng konti ang 26-day moving average, tumatama sa 50-day moving average, yung iba lumalagpas ng konti, but still it goes back up. So yun po yung ano natin. So you may opt to buy here, or you may opt to buy. The best practice is buy on the first correction after the breakout. So ito po yung first, pagka nag-breakout po dito sa neckline na to, you buy on the first correction after the breakout, yun po yung date natin sa 2309. You may opt to buy at 2309 or buy here or buy here. So tatlo po ang pwede nyong maging entry levels po dyan. Ano po? So ang nilagay lang natin dito for the purposes of putting a figure here, ang nilagay natin is 2275, which is derived from yung 2275 mo is actually derived from your 50-day moving average. Yan, ito po. Itong pulang linya na yan. Ang target price mo, syempre, ay based dito sa kung ano yung madadangkal mo after the breakout, assuming that it will break out. Yan po, ang target mo is 24.22. Yan, 24.22 or 24.25. Tapos pagka yung cut loss mo naman, it's based on the ATR of your hourly chart. So kung ano yung ATR mo, ang ATR mo ay hello po, dun po sa hindi nagpatay ng nag-mute ng pa-mute na lang po ng excuse me. Pa-mute na lang po ng microphone natin kasi we are recording this market briefing for the purpose of posting ipo sa YouTube or sa other social media platforms. So maraming salamat po. Ayan, so kung wala na pong katanungan sa ating euro, ang next natin ay GBP USD. So saan naman papunta ang GBP USD natin? Again, kung titingnan mo ito, if you are going to follow yung ginagalaw ng mo ngayon, you can let's try to see kung nakakailang na siya, nakakailang wave na siya. 1, this is the steepest. 2, pero kung dito tayo magkukuha, kung ito lang yung i-consider natin, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So nakakatatlo na po siya. Ano po ba ang implication niyan pagka ganyan? If you see the pattern about to form a rounding top or a rounding bottom formation, you can apply simultaneously yung principle ng corrective fan principle. Ano bang sinasabi ng corrective fan principle? Ang corrective fan principle, once you see 3 succession of breakouts in your trend line within that rounding top or rounding bottom formation, yan ay nagsasabing patapos na yung prevailing uptrend mo. So this one is an uptrend, di po ba? From here to here, it is an uptrend because it is a succession of increasing highs and increasing lows. Pero kung nakatatlong break na siya, you have 1, you have 2, and then you have 3, nakatatlong break na siya sa line mo, pag on the third break, maaari mo nang sabihin na tapos na itong paakyat. So saan po ang target ngayon ng presyo? Dito po ang target ng presyo. Kung saan nanggaling yung vertex ng presyo natin, ng mga lines natin, yun din yung magiging target ng presyo. So ang target po niya ngayon, let's say this is the vertex, what is the low price of this? Let's say this is your vertex. Low is 1.3492. So yan po yung magiging target po niya at this from this current price level. Ano po? 34, excuse lang, 34.92. So if we are going to sell at these current levels, actually ang magandang selling area po dyan kanina ay dito po. Just to tell you ito. Bakit maganda ang mag-sell dito kanina? Kasi po, kung nakita nyo ito, this is a more or less a Pinocchio bar. Yan. If ever you see a Pinocchio bar, it is indicative of a false sign of strength either in the upward or downward. Dito, in this case, it is a false sign of strength ng kanyang pag-akyat. Kaya ang karaniwan na ginagawa po dito, nun pong nag-closing yung presyo dito, 'di ba? 'Di ba ang chart natin if you see it as blue, nag-open yan dito, ay nag-open dito, nag-close dito yan. So yung following bar mo nag-open dito, you could have made a selling right away at this area because it is indicative of a false sign of strength ng pag-akyat. Ito po ano. So if you sell here, you sell at this area because resistance din naman siya. Bakit natin nasabing resistance siya? If you look at this is also a resistance kasi yan, previous high po yan. So yan po ang resistance mo. Nagkaroon ka ng rejection upon hitting your resistance. This would have been a good entry price dito po. So, yung entry po natin dyan ay, wait lang. Ang entry po natin dyan lumalabas ay 1.3633. So kung sa 1.3633 po tayo nag-sell, ang aabangan po natin presyo is 35.59 or ito po kasi yon. Ito po yung 35.59 natin ay galing po dito. Yan. Ano po ba yan? Yan ay because if you look at this formation, this is a broadening formation. So anong concept sa broadening formation? You try to get the widest gap of that formation and then you project it from the point of breakout. You will be able to get your initial price objective upon breakout. Ano po? So dito po yung pinakamalamang na pwede niyang puntahan after breaking out from this pattern. So kung ano po, if you are considering this formation, then ito po yung pwede niyang puntahan. And again, di ba sabi natin, since meron ka namang isa pang target dito which is based from the rounding top formation or from the corrective fan principle, ito po yung initial muna, yung immediate target mo, yung low nito. The low of this price is yung low po nito ay 1.3492. So babaguhin lang natin yung ano natin, no? This is now 1.34, 1.3492. Yan. So yan po yung mga levels na pwedeng puntahan ng British pound for today. In case na mag-breakout po dun sa mag-breakout dito. Pero more or less, since we are looking at hourly naman po, mukhang hindi po talaga niya kinaya itong pag-akyat niya dito kasi nagkakaroon na siya ng, especially if you refer to your 15-minute chart and it has formed a price rejection dito. So may failure ka dito. it has the possibility of forming yung targeting yung kanyang target dito sa rounding top na yan. So because this is a rounding top formation, ito po. Yan, kaya pwede niyang puntahan ito yung vertex ng mga ano natin ano. So kung wala na pong katanungan sa British pound, we can now move on sa ating on to our next pair po. Ang next pair po natin ay AUD-USD. Kung papansinin ninyo ang AUD-USD, ang bilis-bilis ano po, this would have been a good area to buy itong price na to. Bakit? Kasi this is a trend line. This is now which was once a resistance level. Nung na-break, magiging support na siya. So kaya po nagkakaroon tayo ng sinasabi sa ating technical analysis, you buy on the first correction. So upon breakout. So ito, nag-breakout siya, nag-correct, tumigil dito, nag-support. So dito ka dapat nakaabang ng buying mo. Kaya po ang buying po natin dito for the Australian dollar is 77.40. Dahil po yan dito kasi ang price na ito is 77.40. Yan po. So we assume it to be at 77.40. Yan, buying at 77.40 kasi ang target mo ay this one. Yan, saan galing itong target mo? Galing po dito yan. Yan, so ito po. Yan po. If you want to learn more about these techniques ng mga paglalagay ng initial price objective, ng measuring implication, relative to your price patterns, kasi yung iba ituturo lang sa'yo, may triangle, merong ganito, merong head and shoulder, merong inverse triangle, saan ang target niyan pagka nagbe-break yung mga presyo dyan. That is the more important thing for you to learn more on the rather than the price pattern itself. Ano po? So importante na alamin mo kung saan papunta ang presyo at kung saan base yung iyong forecast based on the based on the measuring implication that is derived from the price pattern. Yun po yung importanteng malaman po ninyo. So dito po ang forecast natin pupunta siya ng 78.30, 78.35 based on this price pattern. So ang buying natin is 77.40, ang target mo is 78.40, ayan. Tapos ang cut loss mo is 77.06 kasi ang ATR mo sa hourly mo ay, tingnan lang natin, no? Ayaw lumabas nung, yan. Ang ATR mo sa hourly mo is 17 pips. 17 times 2 is 34. Kaya po dito, nag-34 po tayo sa ating, since buying tayo, nag-subtract tayo ng 34 pips. Yan, kaya ang cut loss natin is 77.06. Importante po na pinaplano nyo ang cut loss nyo pagka nagte-trade kayo kasi pagka hindi kayo nagplano ng cut loss nyo, pagka palapit na ang presyo sa cut loss nyo, you will have tendency to extend. Why do you extend? Because you are desperately hopeful na ay baka balikan yung presyo ko, wag ko munang i-cut, baka mamaya pagka-cut ko na-actualize, because you do not want to actualize your losses habang maliit pa. So ang nangyayari, pag nilagpasan yung initial cut loss point mo dapat, let's say it's at 103, nilagpasan niya yan, dumating na siya ng 104, saka ka matataranta ngayon. By the time that you will have made your decision, ang laki-laki na ng ika-cut loss mo. Kaya po marami ang hindi nagtatagal sa forex trading at kalaunan sinasabi nila ay niloloko lang naman ako niyan kasi nga hindi sila kahit naman saan, kung hindi mo pinaplano ang galaw mo, malamang kesa hindi ka magtatagal. Kahit nga sa trabaho lang, pagka hindi ka nagplano ng maigi sa trabaho mo, di ba? Hindi ka magtatagal sa trabaho mo. Kasi marami ang maghahangad sa pwesto mo. Marami ang gustong magpatalsik kahit nga clerk lang eh. Dahil ipapalit nila yung bataan nila or ipapalit nila yung kung sino man na gusto nilang ipalit doon sa pwesto mo. So if you do not plan ahead, that is what you get. So ang next po natin na pair is the gold dollar pair. That's why it is important for you to plan ahead before you trade. So ang next po nating pair is gold. So ito namang gold natin ay nasa trend line siya. Trend line from, may significance ba yung trend line na yan? You have to, before you consider a trend line, you have to ascertain first whether it has significance or not. So dito, itong trend line na to, if you, saan ba galing yan? Malamang galing sa daily to eh. We'll just see, no? Ay, hindi. Galing sa 4 hours siguro. Ayan, so it is from the 4 hours. Kasi po, ito po ay, bakit po ganyan yung inclination ng ating trend line? Kasi nga, if you are going to consider this line here, yan, so ito po yung ano niya, no? Kung papansinin po ninyo, this could be a rejection coming from a resistance. So, if you look at your smaller time frame, kung papansinin po natin, meron po tayong reversal coming from a resistance. Ito yung resistance mo, ito yung reversal mo. Anong reversal ito? Ang tawag dito ay engulfing pattern, bearish engulfing pattern. So, kahit tingnan mo, ang reference mo ay 4 hours, sa 4 hours mo ang lumalabas ay meron kang rejection dito, no? Because you have a long tail here with a very small, although hindi pa tapos yan, assuming na hindi pa tapos yan, it may change anytime. It may become blue after few minutes at umabot yan dito at magiging blue bar yan instead na red. So ang i-consider mo ngayon is it could be this one. So if this is an impending evening star, this should herald a downward movement of the price. Kasi kung meron kang nakikitang nagbabadya malapit sa iyong support or resistance, then that is more probably more significant as compared to a reversal formation that happens in the middle of the price action. Ibig sabihin meron kang reversal na wala ka namang resistance or support, then wala siyang ibig sabihin. So dito we put a, kaya po ang ating recommendation sa gold is selling at 1952 area, 1952.06. Saan po galing yung 1952.06? Kung titingnan po natin itong trend line po natin or yung ano po natin, if you try to see now yung ating previous highs dito, kasi this is the ito po. You try to consider yung previous highs mo dito, that could become your support or resistance. Ito, yan yung sinasabi ko. If you try to get, so yung price level na yan, if you read that, yung high po niya is 1953.03. So if you sell at 1953.03, ang targetin mo po, ang target mo ay ito lang. 1953.03, ang target mo is the 1938.87. 1953, sorry. 0.03. Yan. So, ang target mo is 1938.37. Ito po. Bakit ito? Kasi ito po. This is also a emotional points in the charts can become a good source of support or resistance. Bakit naging emotional to? Hindi naman gap. Kasi emotional siya because it made a complete U-turn from the from going down, it made the complete U-turn, kaya po naging emotional po. We tag this as emotional point in the chart kasi meron kang long na tail dito, kaya it is a good potential. It is a potential area of support or resistance. Parang ito, this will be a potential support area. Ano po? This is a potential support area. This is a potential support area kasi malaki yung buntot niya. Mahaba yung pagkakabuntot niya. It represents a turnabout of the market price or the price action. Ayan. So, ang cut loss mo dyan is ang ATR mo ay, kung titingnan natin ang ATR natin dito is 5 point something. So, let's just round it off to 10. 5.2 and round it off to 5 and then multiply it by 2. Kaya po ang ating ano po dito, ang ating pong cut loss is plus $10. Kaya po yan ay naging 1963 ang cut loss mo. Should the $10, kasi if you are trading mini lot, ang ibig sabihin ng $10, 100 USD yan pagka nag-cut loss ka. Should this one become too big for you to cut loss, you try to adjust yung lot size mo, no? Yung lot size mo, you may want to trade instead of trading it in one mini lot, mag-trade ka ng 0.05. Pag 0.05, yung $10 mo may become $50 na lang ang cut loss mo. If you want to further cut it to smaller lot size, you can put 0.25. Yan, para ang ano mo, ang $10 mo will now become 25 USD. Yan. So habang pinapaliit mo ang risk mo, lumiliit din yung value per pip mo on the profit potential. So ganun lang po naman po talaga. It is better that you manage your risk kasi ang importante dyan is the probable na mawala na pera sa iyo, you are able to manage it. Walang pinagkaiba yan sa home economics. Yung pinagkakagastusan mo, that is the first thing that you need to manage. Ano po? So kung wala na pong katanungan dyan, we can now go to our economic calendar. So the things that are expected to be released today are, meron tayo sa European Union, ito po, yung Harmonized Index of Consumer Prices. This is an inflation indicator, meaning yung mga, they keep track of the changes in the prices of alcohol, tobacco, milk, appliances, clothing, sugar, food, ano pa ba? Electricity, yan po. Minomonitor po yan kung ano po yung mga pagbabagong nagaganap sa bawat bansa sa European Union. Kasi importante that they are able to harmonize it because they are all acting under one big bank, the European Central Bank. So ginagamit kasi ng European Central Bank na factor ang consumer prices, ang inflation data sa pagdidictate ng kanilang interest rate. Ano po? And then meron din tayong employment change. So this one sa US, mamayang gabi, you have employment change. Ibig sabihin, pagka maganda ang basa nila ng, ibig sabihin, pagka lumaki ang kanilang number of employed people, it is good for the dollar. Pagka lumiit yan, then it is bad for the dollar. So yun lang po ang tinitingnan natin dyan. Tapos mamayang gabi, meron ding speech coming from Governor ng Bank of England. So he will, malamang ito, he will talk about the Brexit again from the point of view of monetary policies, and also expect that the British pound will become volatile tonight. So ano po ba ang mga importanteng isaisip pagka when you see a red colored na ano dito, as much as possible, if you are not certain kung anong magiging outcome ng data, please try to stay away from the market first. Kasi the market can change its mind anytime based on the data that was released. They may want to trade the difference, they may want to trade the disparity in the data, or they may opt to neglect that and look forward or discount the emerging fundamental. So yun po yung pwede nilang gawin. Kaya po it's best that when you see this, you try to stay away. Pagka lumipas na po, saka ka po pumasok ulit. That is the time that when you use your technical analysis. Kasi it will help you in ascertaining what is the entry price, what is the exit price, and what is the cut loss price. Kaya po nakikita po ninyo dito po sa ating market briefing, I try to discuss with you 3 prices. You have your entry price, you have your target price, and you have your cut loss, because those are the important prices for you to consider before you enter a trade. So on that note, kung wala na pong katanungan, maraming salamat po sa pagsama po sa ating market briefing po today. So hope to see you all again tomorrow po. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. And good luck. Okay, thank you po. Good luck po sa mga magte-trade.